Okay, we're back. And we're going to break those last two selects. Now, I've learned since the last video that if you get a zebra or one of those color print animal things or whatever in select, they will count that as one of your autograph hits, which that's kind of crap because it's not an autograph. I guess that's why they have the on average thing there on the box, like I was saying, but I still kind of think that that's kind of crap. Like, that's not, it's not equivalent to an auto. Like, I know there's a lot of really bad autos in here, but then I've seen the price that a lot of those zebra prints go for, and they're not worth. They're some of them go pretty high. I got lucky. We got a Gunther in that last one, so I guess I can't complain because that's a pretty good zebra. But the price on the Gunther zebras, like since release to now, is a big difference as well. I'm an auto collector. I'm not that much of a collector of parallels, so for me to lose an auto to just one of the like 10,000 random parallels that they have is just, I don't know. It doesn't totally sit right with me on it. So, okay. Well, we're opening both boxes. We'll get out box number 1 here first. We'll get all the packs out of that one ready to go. And we'll put the other one just over here behind thing. There we go. Okay, so we should be getting 2 autos this time, right? There should be no doubt that there will be 2 autos and 1 relic or whatever in these 2 boxes. Or at least that's the way it should come out. All right, so we've got one of our parallels, or one of our relics already. So let's just quickly look at these ones. Michelle McCool, Undertaker, Bobby Heenan, Don Morocco, and we're going to keep Morocco, but it's upside down. Okay. Going to go like this, pull Morocco out, slide Morocco back in. Morocco was one of my favorite heels when I was a kid. Absolutely loved Morocco. Just total heel, total jerk. And he was one of those ones that at first it was like, wow, this guy's just awful. But then when I started actually getting tapes and stuff like that and seeing just how much of a dick he was, I just started loving him. Absolutely started loving him. I loved the heels back then. Got to put on my wonderful glasses for these ones just to see what we're looking at. Okay, let's get into these ones. British Bulldog. Oh, we didn't look at what was. Okay, I'm assuming that Morocco up there is going to be a Prizm. All right, Undertaker, Concourse, Jade Cargill, Premier, Liv Morgan, and New, and an Alba Fire White out of 125. So I guess I don't really have to look at what that is. White Prizms are out of 125. Okay. I thought white, to me, white just seems like such a cool color that you'd be getting something even... I don't know. Yeah, I figured white would be a way lower number. Oh, and our new of Liv Morgan is a Prizm. So I'm gonna try to make a Prizm pile and a regular pile while I'm doing this stuff. All right. Any autos? Yeah, I can feel a sticker down there. So we're going to take Obafemi. We're going to slide Obafemi in there. I'm trying not to see it. Trying so hard not to see it. Okay, I didn't see it. Okay. Blair Davenport, Concourse Prizm. We have Tyson DuPont, rookie card, Concourse base. We've got a Randy Orton, Premier base. And we have an Obafemi rookie card, which is going to go up here because that has an auto behind it. So we've got an auto. Our first 3 packs, we've already got 2 of our hits have already popped up on this one. So I guess I honestly think that this pack is trying to make up for that last box. All right, Grayson Waller base, CM Punk base, Superstar Billy Graham Premier base, Mankind Prizm, And just like I said last time, I seem to hit a lot of Hogan's. A lot of Hogan parallels. For being a wrestler that I absolutely can't stand, I get a lot of parallels of Hogan. So we got a tricolor Hogan. What are the tricolors out of? I don't even think tricolors... I don't think tricolors actually have a numbering. They're just... Yeah, they're just on the list of like, they're a hit, but they're not anything like spectacular. Okay, let's get into our next one. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I wanted to love Ricky Steamboat when I was a kid, and I did. But the problem was that he had a huge feud against Macho Man for like the better part of a year. And that just made me have to choose sides, and I chose the Macho side. Batista. Jacob Fatu Ringside. Not a Prizm. Damn. Jacob Fatu Ringside. Turbocharged Prizm of Braun Breaker, and a red out of 149 Miz Prizm. All right. See what our next one's going to be. So when it says find 12 Prizms on the side of the box, does that mean the 12 like colored Prizms or just regular Prizms? Because it's like you get both. You get one Prizm per box, but then you also seem to get like one colored Prizm as well. I don't know that with that one. I don't understand, because that means I'm getting about 24 Prizms really. All right, Piper Niven Concourse Base, Booba Ray Dudley Concourse Base, the Miss Elizabeth Premier Base, a turbocharged Jey Uso Prizm, and a blue Trish Stratus out of 199. Not bad. I don't know what our hits are, so I can't really say much of anything yet. We're not breaking the bank or anything like that on our parallels this time. So is that our auto? That's our other auto. So all right, well, let's take Finn Balor. We're going to slide Finn Balor in there against our other auto. That's a blue auto. Okay, so let's quickly check here. Katana Chance base, Alexa Bliss base, Rhea Ripley base. So I'm guessing that Finn Balor up there should also be a Prizm. All right, we're only halfway through, and we've already got our 3 hits sitting up there. So let's see what type of parallels we can pull out of these ones here. All right, Tatanka base, Kurt Angle base, Bray Wyatt Premier base, John Cena out of 99 Prizm. Not bad. That goes into my giant stack of Cena stuff that I have. Ringside Prizm. That's supposed to be kind of a good hit, right? Ringside Prizm of Luke Gallows. I believe the Ringside Prizms were the ones in the last box were a big one that people were going after. So I'll double check on that. But I'm pretty sure a Ringside Prizm is better than just a regular one. Like I've got I got a huge list beside me, but it's like Lucky Envelope Prizm, Mojo Prizm, Green Prizm, Gold. So what would we say? That was a Ringside Prizm. I don't see anything about Ringside Prizm. Ringside, the rarest tier, showcasing the top stars. Each tier has an old set of parallels, enhancing the chase for collectors. All right, so I still think a Ringside Prizm, because I remember getting a Ringside Prizm of, what's his face? Baron Corbin, that people were saying was a pretty damn good hit when I got that one, so... I'm kind of hoping this will be like a 3 auto box to make up for the last one. AJ Styles base, Austin Theory base, Andrade. He's got a funky ass mask. Premier base, Sensations of Austin Theory, and that's a Prizm. And we have Ariana Grace. All right, Ariana Grace. So Ariana Grace, Prizm. That's the one. Yeah, she's from Toronto. So it's Ariana Grace. I said the wrong person in one of my last videos that I thought was oh, what's his face? Santino. Santino's daughter, I think someone said, is Ariana Grace, not the person that I said. Okay, Luca Cristofino, rookie card base. Kofi Kingston, base. Adam Pearce, ringside. We got a couple nice ringsides going this time. And new Prizm of Cody Rhodes. And we got a Boom Boom Bigelow out of 75. That's a nice one. I love me some Bam Bam. One of my favorite big dudes from wrestling. Bam Bam was just one of those ones where it was like, there was always so many big guys when I was watching wrestling. Like, they all came and went. Like Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man was awesome as well. But I mean, like, you had guys, oh, there's one of those die cuts. You had guys like One Man Gang, King Kong Bundy, all those guys. But goddamn, when Bam Bam came in and Bam Bam could just move, he reinvented the big man in WWE totally. IRS base, Randy Orton base, Miz base, The Rock Prizm, and a Tama Tonga die cut Prizm. Nice. All right, we've got some pretty funky parallels here. I think our parallels are pretty good. We'll see if our autos hold up to what we got in the way of parallels here. And now that I think back to yesterday's or the other day's box with the I got a freaking Cody auto, and I was in a bad mood, so I didn't really give a crap because it was the only auto I got. It kind of pissed me off, but yeah, I can't really complain about getting a Cody auto in the last box. That's an awesome hit. But it was just the fact that it was the only hit. So, yeah. Okay. Ron Simmons, base. X-Punk, base. Scott Hall sitting on Stevie Ray's shoulders. Premier base. Bailey, Prizm. And a tricolor Boogeyman. Nice. Boogie. We got a nice Boogie there. All right, so we got some pretty good. I would say we got some pretty decent. These are some pretty decent parallels before we get into that stuff up there. Boogeyman tricolor, Tama Tonga die cut Prizm, out of 75 Bam Bam Bigelow, Ariana Grace tricolor, Sensations Prizm, Luke Gallows ringside Prizm, John Cena out of 99, Trish Stratus out of 199. LaMiz out of 149. Chump Hogan is a tricolor Prizm. And Alba Fire is a 125 white Prizm. These are decent. Those I do like a lot of those ones. That's some pretty good stuff. All right, let's check out our relic first. I like the relics in this set. They're really nice looking. Dakota Kai. That's actually a double for me. I have two of these now. I already have a Dakota. Oh, I got a Dakota online because someone was selling them online here, and someone was selling a ton, like a ton of the I keep wanting to call it relics. God, I was thinking it's not a relic. It is a relic. Someone was selling a whole bunch of the select relics that they didn't want, and they're like about $4 a piece. So I picked up, and I know I picked up a Dakota Kai because Dakota is like one of the ones that it's a WWE card, but I put it into my Joshi piles. She's part of the Joshi set here. Okay, let's take the non-colored auto here first. Who do we have? It doesn't look like it's a rookie. I don't see anything around there that says rookie. So we have, oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I swear under my breath. I'll swear out loud on that one. I think that's the only Nia Jax auto I have now, though, because I think I got rid of all my other Nia Jax autos. I was just listening to her on the No Contest Wrestling podcast with O'Shea Jackson. Sometimes it's like I just can't listen to her. On that podcast, she actually wasn't that bad. It was interesting to hear some certain things, but at the same time, it just made me not like her. There were certain things she talked about where you can tell she's very, I don't know. She's very high on herself, which I guess you kind of have to be if you're in that position. Okay, we've got a blue. I don't see anything that says rookie on this one here. So who do we have? Electra Lopez out of 99. Not bad. I like the NXT stuff. That new the new Chrome set has like specific NXT autos in it. I really like those. I don't know if I'm going to be getting any Chrome here, but I do know if I'm going to be picking up autos, I'm going to be mostly picking up the NXT stuff off of that one. So, SmackDown, Electra Lopez. Oh yeah, she's not even, technically she's not NXT anymore. Oh, so we got an all-women's box there. Kind of a Joshi box, even though she's not really a Joshi, but not too bad. Like Dakota Kai, these are never numbered, are they? I don't think the relics are even numbered in these ones, but Nia Jax, Prizm, it's a Prizm auto, and the Electra Lopez Prizm out of 99 auto. Decent box. Electra Lopez I'll keep. Nia Jax, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it just out of the fact that I think I don't have a Nia Jax anywhere in my collection because the Nia Jaxes that I did get, I got rid of. So, okay, let's get into the other box as well. I was thinking if this box was killer, we would just stop there, but box was average. Like, it was average, and it's stuff, like I said, I'll probably keep both of those autos. I like to at least have an auto for each person in my collection, so that's probably why that Nia Jax will stay, because I do like the select autos. I do like the look of them. So, all right, let's get into box number 2. Let's see if we can blow that box out of the water. All right, and it looks like we got a redemption. God damn it. Of course we got a freaking redemption. All right, well, on the back, we got an Oscar Prizm. We're going to use the Oscar Prizm to cover our redemption. That'll be like redemption number 9 that I have going with them. And I don't remember if all the redemptions in these sets are like the bigger names or if it's kind of like the smaller names. Zelina Vega. Oh, how are we backwards on it? Kurt Angle, AJ, and Zelina Vega, all non-Prizms. All right. So yeah, we can hope that that's going to be a killer. That could be it could be a killer one, or it could just be a letdown one as well, where I'm going to be waiting for another Kevin Owens auto. All right, Austin Theory base, Luca Cristofino base, Ultimate Warrior Premier base, turbocharged Prizm of Braun Breaker, and a tricolor of Stone Cold. All right. Oh, redemptions, just, even if it's a good redemption, it's still just like, I just want the card in my hand. I don't want to wait for them to send it over here. Okay, let's look. Kofi base, Ron Simmons base, Scarlet Ringside, not a Prizm, Rock Prizm, and a Bobby the Weasel Heenan 175. All right. I feel like now I'm pushing it to go faster because I kind of want to know what my redemption is, even though I don't want to be let down by the redemption. There is our die cut in here. Hi, Grandpa. X-Pac base. Cora Jade base. Grandpa, you've been fed 17 times. Oro Mensa Premier base. A turbocharged Jey Uso, which should be a Prizm. And we have a Jimmy Hart die cut. Both of those are Prizms. All right, Jimmy Hart die cut. So we got a Jimmy Hart and we got a Bobby Heenan. That means that I would like to have a Fuji and a classy Freddie Blassie. And a Luscious Johnny V. People forget about Luscious Johnny V. I loved Luscious Johnny V. I thought he was a great manager. All right, Gerald Briscoe base. LA Knight base. Yeah. $1 Million Man Premier base, and new Rob Van Dam Prizm, and a very nice, I would like to get a few autos of his, Obafemi out of 249. All right, so we're doing not bad so far with our parallels. Like, no, we don't have any just trash parallels. But of course, that's, you know why we don't have any trash parallels? Because by the time they brought this set out, Sasha Banks had already left. That's my whole reasoning behind it. Okay, we got an auto here, so we're going to cover that up with our Shotzi Blackheart. We'll put Shotzi up there. Rob Van Dam, Alba Fire, Jake the Snake, all base. All right, so at least we got one auto in here. We'll see what that auto is going to be. See if the auto is better than the redemption or if the redemption is better than the auto. Jade Cargill base, R-Truth base, Rikishi base. Austin, how many Austin Theory Sensations cards am I going to get? Jesus. I think every box we've opened, we got one of those. And a Drew McIntyre out of 199. Nice. Okay. Next one. Let's see here. Lola Vice base. The Great Chali base. Tiffy Time Premier base. And New Cody Prizm. And John Cena Prizm. No coloring in that pack. All right, I think this one should, nope, this one has a spacer. I was gonna say this one should have our relic in it, but it's not. It's just that big ass spacer to fool the people at Target. All right. Let's see. We got a Vader base, DDP base, 1, 2, 3 kid. Like I was saying before, no gimmick of his ever got over with me. Not from the 1, 2, 3 kid point all the way up until X-Pac and all that stuff. He was kind of funny. Bailey Prizm and a tricolor of Eve Torres. Like, as part of DX for a short amount of time, I liked him. But then when they started, when he had his own, who was the girl with him? He had his own girl, and then they kind of broke it away, and then it was just, yeah, he got weird. Okay, enough of our X-Pac bashing. Carmelo Hayes base, Tiffany Stratton base, Lyra Valkyria ringside. We got a turbocharged Shawn Michaels Prizm, and, oh, that's a sweet card. I'm a fan. I am. Carrying Cross out of 25 ringside Prizm. Nice. So that's a ringside tie-dye Prizm. That's a pretty funky one. I like that. That's a really nice parallel. I'm a huge Carrying Cross fan. They just keep sticking them with, I don't know. I'm a big AOP fan as well, so I can't really say they're sticking them with bums. It's just, I don't know. They just don't seem to know how to get them over on the main roster. You'd figure Triple H would, but I always thought it was a McMahon problem. All right, Charlotte Flair base, Blair Davenport base, Boogie Woogie Man Premier base, Sensations of Lyra Valkyria Prizm, and a tricolor Bailey Premier. Nice. Well, not nice. I'm not really a fan of Bailey, but I like the tricolors and I like those tie-dyes. All right, so we have our superstar swatch. So that means we can just bring everything up because we're going to look at these, then we're going to look at our autos. So we have the thick chick. Oh, that's a Prizm too. Nikita Lyons Prizm. Channing Stax Lorenzo base. Michelle McCool base. Should be a Bret Hart base. Behind it, oh, it looks like a tie-dye. Tie-dye Miz. Select swatches. Tie-dye Miz 11 out of 25. So I was wrong when I said I didn't think that the swatches had numbering to them. I think the regular swatches like that Dakota that we got, that stand-up one, I think those ones are just regular. But don't quote me on that. But it seems like these sideways swatches, I've seen the more of the numbering and stuff on them. So, and out of 25, Michael the Miz Mizanin. That's going into my Miz collection. So we have an auto. Well, I can see a hand. I don't see anything about it being a rookie. So give us luck, Shotzi. Eric Bischoff. I do not have a Bischoff auto. Detroit, Michigan, close to my home. Eric Bischoff base auto. I can deal with that. Like I'm not going to complain about that one at all. I think I have a Bischoff Leaf auto, but I don't have a Bischoff like WWE auto. So that's a cool addition to my collection. As long as something else up here is worth something too, because the price I paid for this box is not worth just an Eric Bischoff auto. So Bischoff base, Michael the Miz Mizanin out of 25, and we have our. See, I'm nervous because I don't usually do well on these. All right, Panini Select signatures. All right, so it's just regular signatures. Card number 7, Dirty Dom. Seriously. It's a base, but it's a Dirty Dom. I'm happy. I don't have a Dirty Dom yet. Oh no, I do. I have a select Dirty Dom from like 1 or 2 sets back. So yeah, that's okay. So Dom's too lazy to sign on these ones as well. I didn't know that. Okay, that's an interesting box. Like, that's a really interesting box. Dominic Mysterio, Eric Bischoff, and The Miz. That's the weirdest combination of 3 ever. It really is. That is just such a strange combo. Like, this combo kind of makes sense because it's all the different women, right? Like, we got a women's box. We got Elektra Lopez, Dakota Kai, and we got Nia Jax. So we got a women's box, and then we got a men's box, but we got like 3, I guess you could say 3 like totally annoying characters. Like Bischoff was annoying and still is sometimes, even though I listen to his podcast all the time. Dom is annoying as hell. Like, these are 3 major heat heels. I guess that's a better way to put this. These are 3 heels that get major heat. Miz is just a heat magnet. Bischoff was a total heat magnet. And Dirty Dom has to be the biggest heat magnet that's ever been in professional wrestling. Like, my God. He just absolutely just, I don't know. If the Street Profits were saying we want the heat, not we want the smoke. If it was we want the heat, they would have to hire like Dirty Dawn to be on their team to be able to bring in that type of heat. Okay, so there we go. Not a bad 3 boxes. Like with the other box. Sorry, I'm yawning because it's late. The other box with the Cody auto. So our autos were Cody, Bischoff, Jax, Lopez, and Dom. Pretty decent for the price on the boxes. Like, I could still always hope for better, but you can't always. I'd like to order more boxes. It just depends. I actually just tried to use my credit card to order something else from Japan, and they told me I didn't have enough money. So we're not going to be ordering these. The only reason that is because they came out with the pre-order for the 2025 BBM boxes. I pre-ordered half a case, but I thought that I'd get charged at the time of like shipment, not at the time of order. So yeah, I kind of knocked my credit card down a little bit more than I expected to on that one, because I totally forgot that they were going to charge me like that. So yeah, so I may be ordering some more of these selects after I get paid in a few weeks. Maybe I'll get 3 more selects out of Japan since they're cheap as hell. See what other type of stuff we can hit out of these ones. But I think this, I've only opened 3 of them, but I would say that these 3 were This was a pretty solid 3-pack of boxes on these ones. I'm not going to complain about them overall. The lack of one auto does suck, but at the same time, we did get a killer auto with that box. So there we go. Panini Select. That was like was that the last thing they came out with? They rushed out so many things right at the end. Like, what was it? Like Select plus the Photogenic plus the 3 count. Like, they just, and the Flawless and the National Treasures, like everything came out within like a month of each other. So I have no idea which one actually was the final set and which one wasn't. So I don't know. For Select, I like the Select set. I like the Chronicle set a bit more because it's a little more chaotic, but the Select stuff, at least it's just one. It's just one. I'm dying tired. It's just one type of card all the way through. You're not worrying about 1,000 different base sets off of that one. So where's our parallels from this one again? So our parallels from this one again. We'll do a quick recap just because I'm bored. What are we doing here? Okay. Oh, I need my glasses back on. Oh, I hate getting old. Jesus. And then once I wear them, it's even worse because then everything's blurry when you take it all off. All right. Bailey Tricolor. Carrying Cross. Ringside Prizm out of 25. Eve Torres Tricolor. Drew McIntyre out of 199. Obafemi out of 249. Jimmy Hart Prizm die cut. Bobby the Weasel Heenan, 175 red Prizm, and a Stone Cold Steve Austin tricolor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I guess that whole thing about... Yeah, and then I've got the whole pile of Prizms beside me as well, because these were all Prizms. Prizm. Oh, that's a Ringside. Prizm, 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 Ringside... Prizm, Prizm, Prizm. Yeah, so you get a lot of base Prizms, and then you get a good amount of the colored and numbered and specialty Prizms in these boxes. So there we go. Yeah, like I said, this was good. I like these ones. I like that Tomatonga. I don't like that die cut thing. It's weird. But I like that I got a Tomatonga one, so I'm not going to complain on that. Yeah, there we go. So what's our best one in here? Carrying Cross out of 25. I really like that white selective Alba Fire. That's nice. Hogan Tricolor. We got the Luke Gallows. That's the Ringside Prizm. And, oh yeah, the Bam Bam. That's probably my favorite one in there. I would say the Bam Bam might be the one that I think is the coolest one that we got. Best auto of the day. I'm going to have to probably go with Dom. But the Bischoff, since the Bischoff's in hand, that's the best one. But if I get the Dom, that's probably going to be the best one there. So our wonderful hits that we got here. Miz Selective Swatches out of 25. Dakota Kai Base. Electra Lopez out of 99. Nia Jax Base Prizm. Eric Bischoff Base Prizm. And a Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom Select Signatures, card number 7. So I assume that is just, it's a base. There's nothing non-base about that. All right, there we go. Not a bad 2 boxes, not a bad 3 boxes overall with that Cody mixed in. So I guess my Select luck has finally kind of changed. Because for the longest time, Select never, ever brought me any luck. I keep buying those Select 22s, and I keep getting absolutely nothing out of them. So, all right, take those glasses off so I don't get a headache anymore. All right, that is it for WWE Select, unless I do order some more in, but that'll probably be a little while down the road if I do. Hoping Mint has some type of a deal on them the next time I check on their page. So, yep. That is it for me. I am done. Thanks for hanging out. If you're new here, like, share, subscribe, go back over all the other old stuff, all that blah blah stuff. I'm tired. I'm out here. I'm gonna go scratch that Dirty Dom and put it into my monster list of redemptions that I have that I'm gonna be waiting forever on from Panini. All right, that's it. Thanks for hanging out, guys. See you guys on the next one. Bye bye.